Hey everyone, Summer with Astarius and I want to talk about my October everything from tarot to my faery spirituality, and even some channels that or some videos that I would like to share with you that I really enjoyed for October, hashtags I participated in, you know, all the things. I was kind of a busy October. I honestly did not get as much tarot related content done as I wanted to. So there is that. But honestly, like, a lot of it didn't turn out too bad for as many things as I had to do and all the other things, but still. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to first show you the decks that I got in October. This one came the very last day of October. Okay, so I've already got this one up on my channel and I've been working with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really enjoying the artwork in it. And the readings have been really interesting with this one. Like, they're not harsh, so to speak, but I don't feel like they really pull any punches either. Like, it's like one of those things, like, if you really want to know, go ahead and ask. That's what it reminds me of. And then I replaced my Hidden Realms deck because it's one of the decks that ended up being ruined in the awful flooding in my trailer where I had my decks. So I got a replacement for that. And then I got a replacement for my Mystic Fairy because it actually got ruined and it ended up being the Borderless edition. Now, I still have the border cards. The book got ruined. So I do have the border cards and they're fine. And these are the borderless version of the cards, which I'm really excited to dive into and go through. And they look like they're so much bigger and I like that because I can't see. And then I've wanted this one for a little while. It is the Shadowland Tarot, and as I said in one of my previous videos, I did get it pre-loved. All of these came pre-loved. I actually got each of these decks for $15 a piece. I was so lucky. Talk about fae luck. I'm so grateful, honestly. Like, there's just so much gratefulness in my heart because I keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and I always miss the good deals. I always miss the good deals. So I feel like I was meant to have these 3 decks. Yeah, so then I made my ancestor cards, and I did ancestor readings with the ancestor hashtag. What was it? Oh yeah, ancestor work October. Oops, I guess I'll have to fix that. But it was by Carrie's Mystical Musings, and it's based off this thing that Rochelle is doing in her Facebook group, Divination and Spirituality. And Rochelle's from Amethyst Ascension, if you don't know. But each month she has a new creator who's providing information, providing prompts, providing really neat work to do throughout the month on your YouTube channel or in your personal stuff or whatever you want to do. But it's really providing some unique, interesting content that I may not have done if I wasn't trying to be supportive of that person. You know what I'm talking about? And because I tried it, I learned new things, like making my own ancestor cards and really kind of working with the ancestors a little bit more, which I hadn't really done previously. I just did like an ancestor deck or ancestor altar stuff. Okay. So some of the hashtags other than the ancestor work October that I participated in is I did the 13 Nights of Samhain, and I didn't do all of them. I only did the ones that I could get to, and I definitely made them pertain to my fairy spirituality. So I basically did it like fairy spirituality with the 13 Nights of Samhain kind of thing, or fairy tradition and the 13 Nights of Samhain. So if you want to look back at those and see how my fairy practice like plays into Samhain, you can do that. I did do a fun one called Dating My Tarot Decks, and it's from Eries Witchcraft, and she did this really fun tag about if you actually took your tarot decks on a date. And I had a lot of fun with that. That was really, really fun. And then I did the hashtag Halloween Junk Journal Challenge, which is not pagan related. It's not witchy related. It's not tarot related, but it was a lot of fun to do. And that is how I ended up making my fairy journal from scratch, is because I wanted to participate in this. And I did a walkthrough already of my the pages that I managed to get done for my fairy journal. And if you want to, you can go back and and really look at some of those. But I had a lot of fun doing those prompts. I did not get all of them done. I only did the ones that I could get to. Some of them don't even pertain to my fairy spirituality, so I tried to keep to ones that I could make pertain to my fairy spirituality. So that was really unique and really fun way to experience spiritual journaling. Honestly, it was a unique way. And I also, for my fairy spirituality, I went ahead and I started a commonplace book for just fairy quotes and fairy knowledge that I come across. It is not anything big. It's not anything elaborate. It's literally just quotes and information that I write down, so I have it all kind of in one place. And I do quote where the book I got it out of was from. And then for, my actual tarot practice, I really had a lot of fun, obviously, with the ancestor cards and working ancestor work, but I also tried the tarot mind mapping, and I will leave a link down in the description to the original video for tarot mind mapping. It was so much fun, and I really did. I enjoyed that. It's in my tarot journal, which is here. And like I said, I did a video on it. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun to really do this, dive into this, and really explore the cards in this really unique, experienced way that I would have never ever thought of. People are so creative and they inspire me. All of you guys inspire me. When I watch your videos, I get inspired by so many different things, from the knowledge that you guys provide me to the different techniques you guys use to read a card, to how you do your tarot practice, or even just your faith-based practice, because I get great ideas based off some of the stuff that you guys do. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, in my fairy spirituality, I managed to talk to trees, which was a fantastic experience. I did meditation, learned my little baby trees' names, and then I connected them to the fae and, asked some fae to come in and help take care of those over the winter for me. So that was a whole lot of fun. And I really just tried to connect more with the fae, because I spent several months over the summer just not doing that connection. So I'm still in the works of building. So I'm leaving my offerings. I did my bread offering at the beginning of the month, as my fae prefer. I make handmade bread for them, and I put them out, at the very beginning of the month. This month, we have so much bread that I did not make bread. So instead, I substituted with homemade peanut butter cookies, which is a 3-ingredient recipe, which is literally a cup of peanut butter, 1 egg, and a cup of sugar. And then you bake them for like 10 minutes at 350. It's so easy, but it was really cool. And I did a meditation for like a fairy guide. Now, I've done a meditation for fairy guides before, but I was really doing it for a specific reason this time. And I'm going to continue connecting with that fairy guide, because it's really helpful when you're wandering around in like another world, to have somebody who can kind of advocate for you. And I think that's really important when you're dealing with things. And then, the trooping fae came by. So I made sure to leave fresh water out for them, and my poem that I did for them, which was really kind of fun to do and stuff like that. So really, my October was simple, but a lot, because we also did a lot on the homestead. A lot. We cut so much wood, and it's not like we cut wood like we had these pieces and then we had to cut them down more. No, we had these giant logs, okay? And then my husband had to chainsaw each one of the logs into however many sections. And then we had to split each of those sections. And then we had to double haul it. So the double haul means the first haul, you put it in the back of the dump truck. So we put giant loads of wood in the back of the dump truck. Then we had to pull it all the way around to where we were storing the wood, which is in the house now, because we did our mudroom and have that up. And that's going to be where our main dry wood storage is going to be. But we have wood storage outside still. And so we had to fill all of that up. So the dump truck came over, we dumped it out. We did 2 loads that way the first time, and then 2 loads that way this last time too, all in the month of October. So my husband's been very busy, very, very busy man. And then we hauled it all into the house. And let me tell you, that is some work, okay? And then last night we lost one of our chickens. She was pretty old already. She's one of the ones that we had originally rescued from that snow winter a couple winters ago, where the snow was just so bad that we couldn't even get out except for on a snowmobile. But the chickens, they usually last 3 to 7 years. And if they're pampered chickens, they can last up to 10 years. We don't pamper ours. They are barn chickens, and it's a lot easier for us out here if they're acclimatized to the weather and if they're acclimatized to the environment that is out here. But her name was Stump because when we rescued her, she was in a big, just like shed with 40 other birds, and it was just awful. The neighbors couldn't get out here to take care of the birds, so we ended up taking all the birds in. We lost 90% of them, okay? And then our neighbor took part of them. We kept like 6 of them. We had, with Stump, we only had 4 of the original birds left, a rooster and 3 hens. And then Stump just died last night. And we called her Stump because her little things had fallen off from freezing in that other place, and it was so sad. And so we buried her last night. There's just been a lot, you know? And it's going to continue to be that way because November, I mean, I'm starting out November and there's a lot already going on in November, man. But anyways, that was my October. I did want to tell you about 2 videos that I really enjoyed watching. One of them, Rochelle did over at Amethyst Ascension. She did a Kickstarter red flags video. I will leave that down in the description. It's a really good video. And then I also listened to Encountering Faery, and it was like a 3-hour like podcast thing with authors who write about fae and stuff. And it was put on by Moonbook Publishing. So I will leave a link to that one down in the description as well. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any questions, let me know. And have a very great day, guys.